Have you ever wondered how trains move from one set of tracks to another and change direction? The answer lies in a clever piece of technology called a track switch. Let's dive into how they work. Before learning how trains switch tracks, the key thing to understand when it comes to track switching is that the train wheels have a flange on the inside. These flanges prevent the train from falling off of the tracks and are what's used to steer the train. From the train's point of view, it only knows forward and backward. There's no steering wheel or any other mechanism responsible for turning. It's the layout of the tracks alone that manipulate the train into going wherever it needs to. Interesting stuff, but how are the tracks laid out such that the train can actually change direction? This is the track switch, made up of the switch rails, the control mechanism, and the frog, which I'll show you in the next view. The switch rails are linked together and pivot to create a new path for the train. Remember, since the wheels are flanged, the train will always follow the innermost rails. This is the second key. Watch how as the control mechanism, in this case my hands and a piece of sewing thread, translates left and right, a new path is created. When they're biased right, the train continues straight, and when they're biased left, the train will be forced to turn. These switches used to be controlled manually, but are electric today and controlled by dispatchers who watch the train remotely, making sure it goes where it needs to. Okay, now what about up here where the tracks would eventually collide? That piece of the puzzle is called the frog, as alluded to earlier. Anytime rails cross over, we have these X-looking things which allow the train to continue on whichever path it's already on. They are rigid and never move, unlike the switch rails. You can see here that the gaps are what allow this. Technically, the wheels drop down a little bit where the gaps occur, so they're made just far enough apart to let the wheel pass through and minimize the drop so your ride doesn't feel as bumpy. Track switching is essential for managing rail traffic, especially in busy rail yards or at junctions where multiple routes intersect. Thanks to this technology, trains can reach their destination efficiently and safely. So next time you see a train switching tracks, you'll know there's a well-engineered system making it all possible.